Hello everyone, just a quick video on the progress or my progress for the advanced purple teaming from SANS, the SEC699, and a small issue or an issue or configuration misunderstanding that I was having since yesterday. Being new to cloud and AWS and where to find these options took me a bit of time, but after several hours at this, since yesterday, I finally figured it out. So once you log onto the wiki here and you go through all the steps, and I do advise you guys to read this carefully. There are instructions on how to do this properly so you don't struggle through the configuration. And you'll be setting up your AWS environment and choosing your plan. The basic plan will do for this. You will have to specify a credit card, like just like the course says. And then once you're in, you will be setting up an IAM user with certain permissions. And it has to be programmatic access, even though currently this is a bit obsolete, is not available in this form in AWS. Um, but you'll be able nonetheless to set up an access key ID and get and generate the secret access key as well. The full permissions in EC2. And once you go through all of this successfully and you download the VM and it's all up and running, right? You import it in your VMware workstation, which I also use. So it was straightforward for me. And you configure the VM. The password here is, I believe it's student. And you ensure that it has network connectivity and you run the updates. I didn't update the VM, but it's up to you if you want to do it. And I ran the manage.sh configure command and specified all the access key and the secret access key. And then as I moved on to configuring here or deploying, in my case it was US East 1. I was very confused about the version tag that I had to specify. And what was even more difficult for me, and the manual doesn't say that, is where to get the IAM or the AMI owner. Um, the AMI owner ID. And I'm going to close this and go back to the folder itself where I got it from, and I'll minimize this just so this is just a backup of that, just in case I mess it up. And on the desktop, you'll have the lab manager. The instructions say the same, but I'm just doing this for clarity. And on the prod, you'll see here a main TF. And once you open this, everything else kind of stays the same. You don't need to change it. I think the only two things that have changed here were just the region that was assigned to me. I'm on the West Coast, but if for some reason it assigned me an AWS region that's on the East Coast in Virginia. But then I had a challenge of getting the AMI owner. And the same AMI owner that you see here is the same one that is I had to look for in AWS. So that is just my temporary user. And you need to browse to the AMIs. And you can come here and just type AMI, and this will come up, and then you can just basically open it for yourself here, and you have to look for it because there are thousands of AMIs out there that folks have made available for ease of use. And all that I did was to search by SEC699, and I didn't know how to read this at first, but basically what I needed was just the actual AMI owner. And I thought I needed to create a pipeline and and I was just getting really complicated with these things. It turns out that it was a lot easier than I thought. And once I specified it in this file, saved the file, closed it, and I came back to my CLI and I ran the command again. It failed several times. I'm not gonna scroll through all of it. It finally started working for me. And then if I look at my instances they're running here, I basically have all the instances that I need for my class. Lesson learned and a really good experience trying to get this up and running, especially for a person like me that has never done this before. Okay, questions. If there's any questions, let me know. Cool, thanks guys. Oh, hey, don't go away. Really quick, I think I forgot to mention this, and I don't want you guys to struggle in the same way that I did. And here's what it is. So remember when I ran that command, and you will have at some point to specify the version um, tag number, and um, in the manual here it says it's 1.0.0, but if you look, and I don't think this version it's even available in the amongst the MSIs, and if there is, I see version 1.0, um, but and that can throw you off and give you an error message. So in the same location where you got the AMI owner from, you can actually get um, the version as well. Now, some of you will choose version 3.0. The class I'm taking is about a year old, maybe two, I forget right now. And I just wanted to use something closer to that date or just around that date, and which is the reason why I picked 2.5. I hope this helps for when you guys build the command out, and I hope you get to see everything working for you in the same way that I saw it working for me. Cool. Cheers.